What's up? Poppa up in the house. Yeah, man. Hey, look, I ain't about to hold you guys, but Poppa T got a new build coming along. This build will be out next year sometime. Don't know when. So I'm going to take my time working on it. I'll still have the Trailblazer. I'll still be demoing that until the new build is done. Once I get that done, then you'll be able to see what that one does. So make sure you get down in them comments and let me know what you think. Be subscribed to the channel, turn on your bell notifications, and most importantly, hit that like button. I ain't gonna hold you guys. Let's get into it. Let's open up. See that? It is a Tahoe. So there you go. And here we are. We got the steel cage, guys. Well, let's start back here while we're already back here. So right here, yeah, that's right. Corey Khan, me and him got together and, you know, I told him what I wanted. And he brought it to fruition, and the idea was to have a removable back. I don't know how many steel cages I've came across and they said it's a one and done, and I wanted to change that narrative. Okay, so what we did is we built a back frame to bolt to the actual frame of the enclosure, if you will. So there's big bolts and big nuts here. What's going to end up happening, of course this will be squared out, but I have notches in here and here to get to these if I need be. The backside will be removable, so I'll have a backside piece on the back of this, and all of these pieces of course will be like with some rubberized sealant or something like that. Nothing that will stick and I won't be able to take the back off. So I'm not going to PL the back on. PL will be on this side, right? Because there'll be a board on this side that this butts up against. So that's a 3/4 inch piece right there that's going to butt up against the wall. This will be a 6th order. And let me go up to the front and kind of show you. But anyways, let's talk about a little bit about the baffle. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 areas. And this is exactly 3/4 right here. Separation. So if you look right here, let me see what ply this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ply. All right, so it would appear that he used the same wood that I use. Because that was one thing I forgot to let him know. Because this is the same ply that I use. Yeah, fits down in there. This is dead on for the wood that I'll be using. So that's perfect. That is perfect. Me and a buddy of mine was talking, like, why would I put wood up here in the ceiling when this is my actual ceiling? I said, for me, it's an OCD thing. I know that it's not up there, and if I want to do stuff like this, we gonna pull up in that like we got sort of with them 16s, we gonna put some shots on. Then I'm gonna have to have something on that roof, and then it's gonna have to, you know, be secured up against this, not pushing it too much because I have braces coming up, and then bracing the top, bracing the baffle, and then if you can see, he also made braces down at the bottom. Okay. So I haven't decided if I'm going to put a layer on the bottom and then come up top, how to build my squares in. I hadn't decided how I'm gonna do that yet. I'll figure that out later on. It's not a big deal. But he also said that if I do decide to put a layer on the bottom with the braces, you can look, it kind of braces to this piece. He said if I want, you know, just let him know, give him the measurements, and then he'll build me some more. And I'll tell you, that's awesome. Yeah, this is 1 inch steel. So I'm gonna use 1/2 inch wood to fill in the squares on the sides. Like, of course, this is 2 inch. So let's see. 1.5 inches. So 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4 is 1.5 inches, and then a 1/2 inch will fill this part in, and then a 3/4 on top. Be plenty strong. I might actually do a decorative on top of that, depending on. But let's take a look at how this thing is in, because it's not welded in. Check that out. So he made some tabs to go on the factory bolts, and then it's like put a little tack in there, and all I got to do is just cut those out if I need to, like, remove the cage or something like that, and sell it. And you know, I could sell the cage or something like that, I don't know, and then they can just slide it in this gin Tahoe. It's also back there in the back. See it? See it right there? And see how this is lifted right here? To avoid this little piece right here, this is lifted. So a layer can lay right on top of here, all the way across. See that? See how that is? You can fill the squares in, and then you can fill the square in here. Fill that in a little bit. Fill this in a little bit, so the spooge will come out of here. Seal on this completely off. I'm not really worried about this up here. And I'll tell you guys, I'm gonna take you through the entire process. The baffle is removable. I'll of course drill into the side walls. Not gonna glue it in, I'm just gonna screw it in. I don't really want to use glue on the baffle. I probably will use glue on the baffle. Let me think. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, because I made the removable back just in case I want to change the baffle. You know, later on, you know, have a new build and say, all right, I'm gonna put 6/18s in here, or you know, a bunch of 12s in here. Whatever the case may be, I just wanted to be able to change it up. You might ask me why. It's because every time I always see a steel cage, they always say it's a one and done. I just didn't want it to be that way. And of course you can change it, true enough. Facts, you can. But it'll consist of a lot of cutting and this, that, and the other. And I just didn't want to do all of that. You know, I didn't want my back to where I had to cut it out just to make a change. And I'm like, no, I want to be able to remove it. So let's do that. Okay, so when I take this back out, it's gonna come out in 2 pieces. So I gotta make sure whenever I do this piece in, I don't join these 2 pieces. The 2 pieces will be joined from this side. So most likely there'll be a slit in here that I'll have to come back and just fill it in with some filler or something like that, to where I'll just cut it and then, you know, it'll be straight. No problems. Because that was the one thing I was trying to think of how I was going to do that, because I want it to look clean and pretty. So that's about the only thing I could think of to seal it, is you know, as far as in the corners too, you know, all of that, to make sure I get a complete seal inside and out. And it should work just fine. And if you look at the angle here, look at that angle. Got that in nice. Not about the cage. These doors, I built these maybe 3 years ago. And I'm gonna rebuild these. I'll be going to, I think, 6/8. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a horn and 4 tweeters, a horn and 2 tweeters, or just 4 tweeters, super tweeters. Hadn't decided that yet, because I was thinking about doing A-pillars in here. Doing me some custom A-pillars. And of course I'll be doing them myself. And I'll be taking you through that process as well, like I did on the last doors. So all of my wires will be coming back from this backside right here. The electrical, I think there's going to be 3 alternators total in here. And I think there's going to be 2 135 C-Max, so 270 amp hours of C-Max in here. So I have plenty of charging. So I think that's about it. So let's get you back in here. All right, guys. As far as the Trailblazer go, I still have it. It's not like it's going anywhere. I was selling it at one point, but I just don't think anybody's, wanting to try to buy the hardest Trailblazer, and it's all good. Will I still be, demoing it and this, that, and the other? I hadn't decided yet on how I'm going to run both builds. I mean, I can't be in 2 places at once. So might just turn it into a daily and just put something smaller in it. But I don't know. It is the hardest Trailblazer. So yep. 6 ZV615s on 3 Salt 8Ks. Yeah, this thing gets down. It gets down. I would like some 10Ks. If I could get a hold of some, that'd be great. But for right now, I'm only focused on getting the fabrication work done in that Tahoe, and then we'll worry about equipment later. But don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and shoot, man. That's it. Peace out.